This is a must-watch video if you're thinking about cutting carbs, okay? Watch this video. It's going to be short, it's going to be sweet, but it's going to give you so much value when you're sat there trying to make a decision of what to do next. So if you're struggling with your weight and you're not seeing any changes, you know, you're getting to Monday morning and perhaps you're seeing no changes on the scale, your body isn't feeling different, but you're really trying to get results, okay, maybe you might be tempted to go down the route of cutting carbs. But I want to stop you in your tracks today and give you some education when it comes to what actually happens inside your body when you cut out carbs. Okay, so what tends to happen is when we cut carbs, we see a massive drop on the scale, and I want to explain to you why that happens. So when we consume carbs, our body draws in water at the same time. So when we start to stop eating carbs, we start losing water in the body. So when you're looking down at the scale and you see those big drops, what you're seeing is water, okay? You're seeing water drops, not necessarily fat, okay? So you'll get 2 weeks in and you'll see this great drop on the scale, and you naturally think that it's body fat, which is what we're predominantly looking to lose, isn't it? You know, that's the bit that you squeeze and you go, I want to change. It isn't the water, it's the subcutaneous fat that sits on the surface. So unfortunately, you know, through ketosis and seeing that big drop on the scale, it isn't that subcutaneous fat, it is water. Now what happens is after 2 weeks, everything slows down and you start to think that you've hit this plateau where your body isn't responding anymore. But what's happened is your body's let go of all the water, and you've now entered into that fat loss zone, okay? And then things start to feel really slow. Your energy might be a bit all over the place, likely to be all over the place, you know, if you've taken out carbohydrates and you haven't sufficiently fueled via other food sources, and you just feel really rotten. But most importantly, you suddenly can't fit in with your life, you know, because you've neglected a food group. So when you're going out with your friends, you know, you're telling yourself, I can't have this, I can't have that. And the whole thought of actually living in today's society on your whole no carb diet just isn't really realistic. So then carbs start working their way back in. Then the scale shoots up because suddenly your body's starting to retain the water back like it normally would, like it should. And then you're going, oh no, it's all gone wrong again. So when you next think about exploring the option of cutting carbs, you know, we should only be exploring cutting carbs for specific reasoning with the right support and education alongside that. So if you've got a health implication and it benefits running a lower carb setup, then that might be something to explore. But also for us females, our brain absolutely loves accessible carbohydrates. So when we're starting to draw out food groups, we've really got to think about, you know, whether this is healthy and whether this serves you long term. So this gives you a bit of an understanding of how keto really works and whether it's going to be the right fit for you. Now, I'd love to know if you've got any questions when it comes to drawing out carbohydrates from your diet, whether it would work for you. Please put them below in comments or send them to me in inbox, and I would absolutely love to talk to you about this. The reality is, it's definitely not a one size fits all, you know, and depending on your age or hormonal status, it may favour, you know, going down the route of a lower carb, higher fat setup, absolutely. But drawing out a full food group, you know, we have to be careful with how we do that and whether it's going to be sustainable for you long term, and that is always the end goal. So like I said, reach me in comments or inbox if you want to chat some more, and hopefully this has given you a great insight into whether cutting carbs is the right decision moving forwards.